Hello, everyone. My name is Waleed, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. I want to thank you for taking a little bit of your time to spend some time with me. As you may know, I do own a couple of homes in the Caribbean. I own a couple of homes in St. Lucia. I own a couple of homes in Jamaica, and I am always interested in sharing videos with you that enlighten you about St. Lucia and Jamaica. So today I want to share a video with you that highlights some of the problems that people in Jamaica are dealing with, local people are dealing with. Tourists and visitors to Jamaica will never know about this issue. So I like to keep people informed. So let's take a look at this video that explores the mining industry in Jamaica.
Blessings. We are back in Jamaica on our way up to cockpit country, which is the most ecologically sensitive part of the island, and it's being threatened by bauxite mining. We're going to find out exactly what's been happening since the last time we were here.
Bauxite has been here for years and been transported to America and all of the places, and we never got anything out of it. No mining should be done here.
Last year, we came to Jamaica to report on the mining of bauxite, the ore used to make aluminum. Jamaica was once the world's leading exporter of bauxite, but now they're running out of places to mine.
Inside here is Special Minerals Area 173.
SML 173. So all of the folks here in this land is under threat.
Is under threat by bauxite.
SML 173 targets over 18,000 acres of land that have yet to be open to mining, though the U.S. company Noranda has been trying to get a permit for years. And the Jamaican government, it has an interest in helping. It owns 51% of the...
Bauxite, again, as was mentioned in this video so far, bauxite is a mineral that is used for making aluminum. And this situation with this bauxite mining is just another example of how Jamaica does not benefit from its own minerals and resources. These foreign companies, American companies, Chinese companies, they come in and do all of the mining and take all of the minerals and enjoy all of the benefits and of the mining, but it doesn't get back to the Jamaican people. And I think part of this problem is the fact that Jamaica is not truly an independent country. I'll talk more about that, but let's continue with the video.
companies mining operations in the country, and folks here are worried about the industry's toll on the land and the people.
Who are those people that are so expendable and can be sacrificed?
In 2006, the people of Cockpit Country determined the boundary based on geology, history, and other factors. A 2013 government commissioned study agreed with them. But in 2017, when Prime Minister Andrew Holness proposed the Cockpit Country Protected Area, it excluded SML 173. And people there are fighting back.
When you're amongst the ancestors and you think of all that they've been through, believe me, it gives you more than strength to fight. We're the ones who burn the plantation. Don't play with us.
Cockpit Country is home to the Maroons, a self-governing group formed by indigenous people and formerly enslaved Africans. The Maroons fought off the British back in the 1700s and won a treaty that formally recognized their sovereignty. Should the mining companies violate the sovereignty, what do you intend to do?
What are we going to do? Maybe I can say that on camera.
Chief!
Another really important note about bauxite mining is that the mining is done in such an awful way, and the mining produces a lot of hazardous conditions for the local people. The air quality, the rivers and streams are all polluted and damaged, and they just don't care. They just push forward with the mining, all in the name of making a profit, but they don't really care about the health of the people, and they don't really care about even trying to do the mining in a way that would be healthier for the communities that surround them.
What's going on?
Welcome. It's good to see you.
Man, likewise, man. Glad to be back. Last time we were here, there was a lot of talk about mining companies coming in and threatening the sovereign territory of the Maroons, specifically SML 173. So has anything happened with SML 173?
There isn't mining in 173, but it's right along the border.
So there's been a little tension?
A little might be gentle.
Within a month after our last piece was released, Chief Curry and the Accompong Maroons chased Jamaican police out of cockpit country.
We coming, Jamal, we coming good. Can't shoot nobody else, so.
North of Kingston, the Russian bauxite company Wendalco poisoned the Rio Cobre River, disrupting the food and water supply.
The silence is deafening on the part of every spokesperson in governance.
And west of Kingston, a ruptured fuel line caused a fire at Hong Kong's Jamalco.
You see how they're mentioning all these foreign countries. They mention a Russian company. They mention Japanese company. There's definitely American companies that all have a stake in this bauxite mining, and they're all doing their bauxite mining in a very irresponsible way, and they're just destroying the environment around them.
Aluminum refinery. But even as things heated up, the government continued its push to mine in cockpit country.
Since the signing of our treaty, the Maroons lived free forever on the lands that were designated Maroon lands, and our lands have now become under threat. There are arrangements and deals that are being done outside of the purview of indigenous people of the land. And that concerns us because we are sovereign people, and the government, in collaboration with a foreign entity, can't just up and decide to go on anybody else's land and just mine. What would give me the right to come into your backyard and dig for gold, knowing that you have gold there without your permission?
It'd be a problem.
Okay, so imagine if I brought a foreigner with me, someone you didn't know.
It'd be a problem for them too.
We have this treaty, this international agreement to which Jamaica is obligated to honor.
What does sovereignty mean to you?
Sovereignty means first the freedom of the soil. Right, because that's where your sovereignty is derived from. We've always inhabited and protected these lands. We live off these lands. Our medicine comes from these lands. The herbs, the food, our sustenance. We know these lands to always be our lands.
Narendra says it has no plans to mine the Maroon communities, and the government responded directly to Chief Curry's concerns.
There is no other sovereign authority in Jamaica other than the government of Jamaica. Not 1 inch of Jamaica will come under any other sovereign authority. Are you crazy? This is the stuff of how guerrilla wars come. Thank you.
When Prime Minister Holness lost his cool, pressure mounted for him to sit down with the Maroons. He finally did, with a few catches. Chief Curry was not invited, and the 3 chiefs he did meet with were from territories far from cockpit country. 2 weeks later, the permit was issued for Narendra to mine the first section of SML 173.
peace that they have now.
I just think it's so messed up how the Andrew Holness and the Jamaican government, can so easily sell out the people for foreign entities, for foreign governments, for foreign businesses. It's just messed up. They just don't put the people first at all. And these companies are coming into beautiful Jamaica and poisoning the waters and poisoning the food and just they just don't give a damn about the people, and the government is just assisting them. It's messed up. And this situation with the bauxite mining also brings to mind how Jamaican people don't have access. The local people don't have access to their beaches because the government has sold the people out for the resorts and hotels. They own all the beaches. It's really messed up.
All of the remaining is in area, 1,333 hectares.
What exactly is inside this pink area?
Farming communities, schools. I guess my biggest fear is for the people who live there and how much their quality of life is going to be affected, and for the water supplies. This is an extremely complex ecosystem sitting over a large underground water aquifer. Why are we going to mine in the watershed area of a major river?
The government evaluated the environmental impact of Miranda's project and said it was safe, but the government's stake in the company makes that hard for some people to trust.
There's a relationship between people and the place in which they live. And bauxite mining disturbs that relationship in a profound way. There's no coming back from it. Really, what was there is lost forever.
I look at a town like Gibraltar.
Yeah, and they're already experiencing mining under this mining lease, SML 172. So they're right.
They're right on the line of
exactly.
all sides.
Yeah.
The town of Gibraltar is directly between an area that's already been mined out and the area that's been approved to be mined next. That was a turn? Do you guys know where we are?
Let's just take a look.
Where's this road supposed to be taking this? Bro, we are in the middle of a pit.
Good morning, citizens of Gibraltar. The government of Jamaica issued a permit to the Noranda Jamaica Bauxite Partners 2 for mining to take place. It's the start of mining in what we know as cockpit country. If they take away my land, what am I going to do?
Because we are in this rural side, we are nobody to them. They don't see this community. We need someone to stand up with us to fight.
We can't stop it, and we can't stop it. No, we can't stop it. The whole nation need to come together, defend your rights. We have been national promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may under God increase in beauty. And beauty that we have to we have to find back some of the maroon spirit.
We need to fight for our community, our rights, because we know we have rights.
The sad thing about this is that I do have a lot of respect for these people, and their hearts are in the right places. They want to stand up for their rights, but how can they fight against the government? The government doesn't believe in them. The government isn't supporting them. The government is selling them out, and And it happens so often in Jamaica. It happens so often throughout the Caribbean. It happens so often in a lot of African and black nations. The governments will so easily sell the people out. And, so I don't know how these people can fight back against the government, but I do respect the fact that they are willing to fight.
After the meeting, Shauna K. Hemmings took us to her house across the street. There's already a mining pit right in her backyard.
This was a farming land. We used to have coconut tree, banana, cocoa, peas, and potato, white yam, and corn.
It's like a grocery store back here.
Ready for each store now.
If you don't have this food and this farmland to sustain yourselves, how are you all living right now?
We have to buy and we don't have money. So obviously we are going to suffer now. It affects our children coming up. It affects our health.
This noise all day.
All day. All week. All month.
Your son has to wake up to this every day.
Right now, we even sleep with the right time. When we go to school, I was on the phone and the teacher said to come feed because I sleep at school.
Jamal, how old are you?
7.
Even at school, Hemmings' son Jamal can't escape the impact of bauxite mining. This is the school.
Yeah, this is the school.
Right next to you. Oh my gosh.
And this is fucked up that the Jamaican government is putting these people in this kind of a position where they have to live with this and they have to live side by side with bauxite mining companies. When this neighborhood used to be, this community used to be a farming community, and all that was just taken away from them. It's just not right, and it's just sad to see. It's really sad to see.
So the school was there first, and then they start mining around it.
Yeah.
When did they start the mining?
2020. It was the COVID. The school was like locked down, so then to get the big boy to do what they wanted to do.
Naranda told us they don't mine at night or near establishments when they're open. But for parents like Hemmings, it's not exactly ideal to live and send her child to study next to mining operations. Is there any way that they can prevent the kids from being affected by what's happening right next door?
Only the fencing. That's the only precaution I've seen. They have to walk way up the classroom then for them to get enough air. When the sun is out and the breeze lift that dust, all of it's coming in from that side. That's not good for them.
As you get out of Gibraltar, you're looking at 165 on this side, which is a permitted area, and most of what we're seeing is mined out already. Over here, you're effectively driving into SNL 173. A year passes and 2 years, and this is mined out. Then they request another permit to take another piece.
What towns are in that area that are about to be threatened?
The significant one would be Barnstaple.
Barnstaple.
See, and this is one of the reasons why I like sharing these kinds of videos with my audiences, because as you know, I do own a couple of homes throughout the Caribbean. In Jamaica, I own a home, and my home is a high-end luxury vacation rental, and people come and stay and enjoy themselves at my home. They come to Jamaica to enjoy themselves at resorts and hotels, and they come to Jamaica for the culture, for the food, for the beautiful beaches, for all of that is what makes Jamaica famous. And people love that about Jamaica, but people don't see, the tourists never see this side of Jamaica. They don't really see what's really happening behind the scenes. They don't really get to see what's happening with the locals. And at some point, I wonder if this will ever stop, because this could, in the long run, have a very negative effect on the beauty and the reputation that is what people know Jamaica for. If the waters become poisoned and the healthy foods and farms are disappearing to the bauxite mining companies, at some point it's going to take a toll on Jamaica in a very bad way. So I don't know how long Jamaica can get away with selling the country out and selling the people out to these bauxite mining companies that come in and just poison the ecosystem and poison the environment.
Just 15 minutes down the road from Jerome. So far, it's untouched, but people here know what to expect if the mining starts.
The experience was from the communities nearby the damage. It's just barren.
If the government came here to see how you all live, do you think that would make a difference?
It's a government thing. If the government don't really care about we, they don't care, brother.
I am 70 years old and I born in that house up there. If I manufacture and everything. See cocoa here, you know what cocoa?
Cocoa.
Yes, this is pumpkin. This is 3D. Chocho, grapefruit, plum, banana, jackfruit tree, pear tree, everything, coconut tree. The sun. Yeah, when I come on that I give me.
So with all of that healthy homegrown food that woman just pointed out, without pesticides and chemicals, just naturally good food that they use to sustain themselves and probably sell at the market to put a little bit of money in their pocket and feed their families. All of that is at jeopardy. These bauxite mining companies come in, poison the land, poison the water, and when the land is barren and dead, then they get permits from the government to go to healthier lands and start the whole process over and poison those new areas, and it just goes on and on and on. It's ridiculous and disgusting.
Look at see panel how them crack up. You see how them crack? You see how them crack? A farming me there.
Do you sell it at the market or you just eat it for yourself?
No, I go to the market and sell it. Now right now come on mine out now. We don't know what we go do. Go just live pure all around the place and poverty. You understand me?
Naranda says land that's mine can be reclaimed and used to farm again, but local farmer Tyron Jack is not buying it.
Me no want to see Naranda none at all. When they left we in a desert now, what big buckets for people going to do? We need food and the soil bring it.
My banner is here. My father.
And what what they're proposing doesn't make any sense. They're telling the people that when we're finished mining the land and poisoning the land, then you can have it back again to continue your mining. To continue your farming. Now, after they poison the water and poison the land, who wants to grow food there? Can the food grow there? Is the food even healthy to consume? Is this food even safe to put on the market, to sell at market? Is it safe to put on a kitchen table? It doesn't make any sense.
My mother always born my children, my brothers, my mother, my father is buried up there. If Naranda come into my this area, where would I go? What would happen to me?
If you had one thing that you could say to Prime Minister Andrew Holness, what would it be?
And I say, Mr. Andrew, avoid the mining. Back over Barnstable, back in a sentence now. Avoid the mining, Mr. Andrew. We never put to that.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness ignored our interview request. So we sat down with the new mining minister, Audley Shaw, a career bureaucrat who was appointed in January.
We've had bauxite mining and aluminum production for over just about 70 years. The companies generally have shown good support for communities in which they operate. And the people are highly appreciative of it, and so is the government.
Is it your understanding that bauxite mining is destructive to the land?
There's a perception that when the companies go into an area, all of the land is mined out. It's not all of it. It's actually in pockets around the place. Typically, most of the land remains untouched.
This is SML 173 here. Are you familiar with the towns that exist in this area?
No, I've not. As I said, I'm just on board.
We've had the luxury of meeting the fine people there, and several times over, they said, the Jamaican government doesn't care about us. Why do you think they feel this way?
Those are some of the issues that we have to concentrate on to make sure that we balance and to make sure that people are not disrupted in a negative way.
The Jamaican government is 51% owner of a bauxite company with Naranda. Is it possible that your stake in mining may cloud your judgment when it comes to protecting the people of Jamaica and the environment here?
No.
Is that not a conflict?
Not at all. This government is definitely interested in protecting our environment, and that's why National Environment Protection Agency is a government agency.
Yeah, but that's like,
sir, it is a government agency. So you can't say that this government is not interested in environmental protection.
When you do a cost-benefit analysis, do you think the bauxite mining is worth it, especially considering it's a finite resource?
The answer for us in Jamaica.
This conversation that they're having about the government and how the government may or may not be concerned about the people brings me to a point that I was making that I said that I would get back to later on. The point that I was alluding to earlier in this video was the fact that Jamaica is not totally independent country. Somehow it's alleged that Jamaica gained its independence in 1962, but that is absolutely not true. It was just like a symbolic independence, because the truth of the matter is that Jamaica is not independent. The top of the food chain when it comes to the Jamaican government and the politics in Jamaica, the top of the food chain is the royal family, the British. And in the chain of command, I think that Andrew Holness is like number 4. Way above him would be King Charles. Previously was his mother before she passed away, but now he's taking the mantle. It's definitely King Charles, and then I think there's the Governor General is above Andrew Holness, and then there's another person that's above Andrew Holness, and then you get down to Andrew Holness. He really doesn't have any say in the country, and just he has to answer to other people. But I can say that I don't believe that Jamaica is ever going to prosper when you have these Europeans controlling Jamaica, controlling all of the resources, controlling the bauxite mining, controlling the beaches, controlling all of Jamaica's resources. Those white people in Europe do not give a damn about Jamaicans. They don't give a damn about black people in general. And because of that, Jamaica is always going to suffer unless somehow it truly liberates itself, unless they truly emancipate themselves and free themselves from mental slavery and the physical slavery. The Europeans don't give a damn about Jamaica and Jamaicans and these little people and these farmers, and they don't give a damn about them. So Jamaica is never going to prosper until they get free from the Europeans. I truly believe that.
In terms of our path for wealth creation, is not to look at the bauxite industry and lock it down and throw away the key. It is for us to focus more intensely on the interests of our citizens and farmers.
They're not dealing with me like people. They're not dealing with me like human being. And that is one of the things we're tired of. I see and I know what my children can get, and I know what this community need, and we are demanding it.
All these land, remember our ancestors fight for us and die for us to make sure it's a generation to come they have somewhere to live and they have land to cultivate.
Me love my farm. When I allow them to just step in for me, son. We would have preferred die more than then come here so continue.
I think a lot about those who came before us, what they went through for us to be here today. And then I think about the responsibility that we have to ensure that we deserve this for those who will come after us. The Almighty above will always provide as long as we do our best to protect and preserve.
Well, that is the end of that video. I want to thank you for taking a little bit of your time to spend some time with me. I love bringing these videos to you and sharing sharing videos about Jamaica or St. Lucia and showing you a different side of the country that you may never see and never hear about unless you see videos like mine. But I hope that you will watch more of my videos and visit my channel again. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like. I hope you will subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Take care.